everybody, so we've reached episode 4 of Invincible on Amazon Prime Video. We had the first 3 episodes last week, but now we're going to 1 episode per week for the rest of the season, which is kind of unfortunate if you really do enjoy the show like I do, but it makes it fun just because we can talk about each episode episodically, kind of like what we're doing with Falcon and Winter Soldier as well on the channel. If you enjoy that style of content, make sure you like on the video and also subscribe so you're up to date with all my movie reviews, show reactions, and all that stuff on the channel because I'm always pumping out content. Going into this, as someone who didn't read the Invincible comics, I'm really enjoying everything about these episodes. I think episode 4 once again was a really great episode. The writing especially I think is at its strongest here, as it does a great job keeping you interested in every single storyline that's going on within the show. I will admit the episode did catch me off guard because it did get me in the beginning, because we start off and it looks like this evil tomb is being opened and we're unleashing this evil mummy onto the world, and we thought maybe that could be the big bad of the episode, but nope. Invincible and Omni-Man just shut down the tomb, close the door, and we just move on. Even though it's tough for me to like someone like Omni-Man, I do like the interactions between him and his son Mark. There's always a fun competitive edge to all of their scenes together as Omni-Man's trying to mentor him. Even though we've seen Omni-Man do a lot of terrible things, you know, for example, killing the entire Guardians of the Globe, which I'm still traumatized by the way, we do see that he does at least seem like he cares about Mark's well-being and wants to make him a better superhero. Even though I'm really unsure how Mark's going to really feel about his dad once he realizes all of the terrible things that Omni-Man's done, because, I mean, that's pretty bad, a lot of the stuff that he's done so far, in only 4 episodes, mind you. It at least initially appears that as the episodes go on, there's a lot more doubts and suspicions going towards Omni-Man and what he did at the end of the first episode when killing the Guardians of the Globe. And it seems like that's leaked over into Debbie as well, thanks to Damien Darkblood and her conversation in the last episode. She also has some doubts about Nolan and starts to call him out on all stuff too. Omni-Man seems to be a really good liar though, as he's really just lying to everybody about what he did in the end of the first episode, and now he's lying to Debbie as well, claiming his innocence. And at least seems like Debbie believes him as they go on this vacation together. I mentioned this in my review of the first 3 episodes, but I really love the balancing act that they have for Mark when it comes to having to balance his love life while also balancing his new life as a superhero. This time he actually gets to go on a real first date with Amber, but he also has to do a 2-week-long mission to Mars thanks to Cecil. It's of course still the very early stages of their relationship, but I really do think that they make a really cute couple. They have a very cute brief date in the episode, and I think it's going to be really good in the future. I'm really excited to see where this develops in the future episodes. But I think the Martian stuff, when Mark goes on the mission to chaperone these astronauts secretly, I think that was my main big highlight of this episode. Some really crazy stuff goes down on Mars as we're introduced to more Martians. Of course, Martians are going to be on Mars. They're not overly friendly, but they're not overly hostile either. The whole mission pretty much fails right away, even though Mark is supposed to be hiding from the astronauts when they get captured. They all get captured. But I do like that the Emperor of the Martians is voiced by Jimon Hunsu. It's one of the major things I'm loving about Invincible is they have so much A-list talent in this show voicing characters, whether they're big or small roles, because this is a very small role for Jimon Hunsu to actually take on, but he's fantastic in it. For me at least, as someone who didn't read the comics, I do think that they are laying a future big plot thread when it comes to what's on Mars. There's definitely something on Mars that seemingly is going to be touched upon in later episodes. I don't know if it's going to be like the big bad for the end of the season, but it definitely seems like they're laying that groundwork, and I'm really interested where they're going. It reminded me a lot of the film like Aliens, stuff like that. The series so far has done a great job at stringing you along with this mystery element, whether it be one of the main storylines or stuff going on in the background, because there's a lot of mysterious stuff going on in the background, whether it be involving Cecil or Damien Darkblood or even Robot. We get a little bit of Robot mystery in here as well. He's definitely up to something. He's cracking into something. I don't know what so far, but he's doing stuff behind the Guardians of the Globe's back that I'm sure is going to end up being another interesting plot thread that's developed throughout the first season. But yeah, I'm really loving this series so far. 4 episodes in and I'm extremely hooked on the show. It's something that I really do look forward to each week, just like with Falcon and Winter Soldier, but arguably I think I like this a little bit more. The stories keep me more engaged and more invested in Falcon and Winter Soldier. But let me know your thoughts down below when you check out this episode of Invincible, whether you liked it or not. Let me know your thoughts down below about the episode, whether you had, any theories of what you think is going to come next. If you're a fan of the comics, I'd also like to know your thoughts about the episode as well, just because I am thinking about reading the comics, but I also don't want to spoil potential stuff in the future. It's one of those conundrums I have when it comes to not knowing, the source material, because I want to find out what happens next, but I don't want to spoil my excitement for the show in the process. Thank you as always for checking out my reviews, so I really do appreciate it. Make sure to like on the video and also subscribe to the channel so you're up to date with all my movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. Next time, I'll see you guys later.